So I just watched the 3rd of March Nintendo Direct, and then I saw Pēpā Mario Color Splash, and I was all like, new Pēpā Mario game, could be good. And then I watched it a bit more, and then I realised it's Sticker Star 2. Now, I mean, that's not 100% confirmed, but now anyone who's played Pēpā Mario Sticker Star before has seen the battle system in Pēpā Mario Color Splash. Pēpā Mario Sticker Star is an awful game, and if they don't fix the biggest problem in Pēpā Mario Sticker Star for this new installment of Pēpā Mario Color Splash is also going to be awful. Pēpā Mario Sticker Star is a game pretending to be a JRPG. It has a turn-based battle system where you pick out of a list of commands, although it varies that up by making you collect stickers, which are essentially the, attacks of the game, right? But there is no experience, there is no leveling, there is no strategy, there is nothing which makes the JRPG genre fun in that game. Pēpā Mario Sticker Star is a game where you go around and you avoid as many enemies as you can until you find the boss. Anyone who's played a JRPG before, whether that be the original Pēpā Marios, any of the Final Fantasy series, even, the slight variations of such, for example Bravely Default and the Mario & Luigi series, knows why JRPGs are fun. And Pēpā Mario Sticker Star removes all of that. Because Sticker Star lacks any semblance to any other JRPG game, without any of the features or depth which any other game brings to the table, the game essentially devolves into you trying to figure out some obtuse puzzle, then going on to use one of the stickers to defeat the boss, and that's it. Now, some people might argue this is a good thing. Like, you could say, oh, you could make a fun game where, you only have bosses, then you got slight puzzle solving in the middle. I mean, Shadow of the Colossus is a game where it's only bosses. I mean, I don't think it even has puzzle solving. I think it's literally just climbing bosses. But Shadow of the Colossus, unlike Sticker Star, uses this great method of design by subtraction. The idea of design by subtraction is that a game can take away elements which don't support the main core of what the game is trying to portray. Eco and Shadow Colossus being the games that pioneered this kind of design. And by removing the elements that don't support your game becomes better. Shadow of the Colossus is a game about fighting 16, I think it's 16, it might be 12, not sure, don't kill me on this, 16 giant bosses and saving the girl. Did she even have a name in that game? I'm not sure. Sticker Star doesn't improve the game by removing elements, because these removed elements are the core of both the game and genre, which both the Pēpā Mario and JRPGs in general have, which is core to the experience and most of the fun. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the removal of these elements couldn't have improved the game. What I'm saying is they didn't. They stripped out what is the heart of the game, and I think they could have done better by removing some of the other laborious elements of JRPGs. For example, repetitiveness in the battles. As JRPGs are about strategy, they're about being able to take on an enemy and have meaningful decisions and options to take on that enemy. Unfortunately, a lot of traditional JRPGs end up becoming tedious after the 20-30 hour mark, and I think a lot of the better JRPGs are shorter. I mean, Undertale is technically an RPG. Chrono Trigger is like a 16 to 20 hour game with an interesting battle system that is a slight variant on traditional JRPG methods. I love the Mario & Luigi series. I haven't played much of the original two Pēpā Mario games, but what I have played I've very much enjoyed, because all of those games that I just listed, they change, they give something to the game which doesn't remove anything. Chrono Trigger asks you to time your attacks to hit multiple enemies. Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario ask you to press the button at a specific time to enhance the attacks which are performing. Undertale, other than having one of the best played out stories in recent years, makes every turn a mini bullet hell, dodge the bullets arena, and that's great. It's a lot of fun. Removing the experience system could be used to able to balance the game over a long period of time, especially if the game is very much linear. However, you still have to give a reason for the player to actually fight the enemies. And I think I've just realised Undertale is to Sticker Star what Chrono Trigger is to Final Fantasy. It's maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but think about it this way, right? Sticker Star doesn't have an experience system, and you can avoid fights. You don't need to kill enemies, and going into a fight with an enemy is just going to get you damage. You don't want to do it. In Undertale, that same feeling can be expressed, but when you are in a battle, when it forces you into a battle, you know, with its obviously random encounter system, on a pacifist run, specifically a pacifist run, and this analogy does not work for neutral or genocide, because on neutral genocide, you know, the experience system matters. But on a pacifist run, you essentially make each enemy a puzzle which you have to work out through a series of commands, and it's incredibly engaging. It also plays out a little, essentially a little story for each enemy. However, that's just one example of how you could remove, quote unquote, an XP system and then still have an engaging game. However, let's be honest, Colour Splash is going to be awful, because it's going to be Sticker Star again, without an XP system, without any need to go into battles, and it's just going to be the same thing with Paint or some shit, right? And that really disappoints me, and I'd love to say that Colour Splash would be a great game, but with the one trailer we have, and the evidence that we've had with Sticker Star, let's just say I don't have any hope. Thanks for watching. I have another video kind of like this about Street Fighter V and how it's very, very fun. You can watch that down below. I also do LP stuff, but you don't have to watch that, it's fine.